In this video, I'm going to talk to you about why we should make decisions now the same way we did when we were teenagers. Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Rich Cardona. So look, check this out. I was a bad kid in high school. Drinking, smoking, didn't care about school. All I cared about was my social life. I always like to say, like, my life just took a back seat. My social life was a priority, and that's all I cared about. I wanted to have fun. I had no idea what I was going to do. I didn't believe that I was capable of anything special. I still did decent in school, but what really sucked was when I was a sophomore and my sister was a junior, she was crushing school. She's always crushed school. And the college conversation really didn't come up in my house that much because we weren't going to be able to afford it. For someone like her, that's kind of like, damn, like, that's a letdown. You know, she's probably going to have to go kind of the traditional route and go to community college, or maybe not even go to college at all, which was fine. But at the same time, for someone who worked so hard, that had to be slightly deflating. Now, for someone like me who could see that, the writing was on the wall. Like, what is this dude who's always high, who's drinking on the weekends, who's driving drunk, who's just being completely ridiculous? What did that mean for me? I mean, I knew it was going to mean nothing. And I didn't want to work to drink. Okay, like, I didn't want to just graduate high school and work to drink because I knew that's what I was going to do. So one of my buddies, ironically, he was the wrong guy to hang out with, but he had a father, and his father was a Marine, and I saw him in uniform, and I was just like, I was just kind of blown away. His father in this Marine Corps uniform was just ridiculous. I mean, you can't hide that. I mean, it is sharp, it is creased, it is pristine. And I was like, dude, like, I've never seen anything like that. So out of just some interest, I never planned on being in the Marines, by the way. I literally went to the Navy recruiting office and they were at lunch. Went to the Army recruiter's office and they were at lunch. Imagine that. Then I went to the Marine Corps recruiting office and there was another person in that same exact uniform. His name was Sergeant Dixon, and he, again, was sharp. Handshake, eye contact, all of it. Next thing I know, within a week, we're at my house signing papers for me to be in the delayed entry program. Now, why am I telling you all this? No one forced me into that recruiter's office. No one forced me into making that decision for myself. No one said to me, like, you're going nowhere. Maybe my mom did. I think she said I was going to be a garbage man. But no one was telling me what to do. This was a moment of self-awareness. This was a moment where it's like the writing was on the wall. Like I said, like, nothing good is going to happen if I continue at this rate. So why don't I make a real hardcore decision? That way I could set myself up better for the future. Now, the question is, why don't we do that when you're 30, 35, 40? We don't. You know, we don't make those kind of decisions as easily. And that's a life-changing decision. A life-changing decision. So why is it that we find ourselves in jobs we don't like, relationships we don't want to be in debt that we hate? Why do we find ourselves in these positions where we actually don't take just the ballsy action, whether you're male or female, to kind of rectify it and put ourselves on a better place, in a better plane? And a lot of it obviously has to do with the stacking up of decisions we've made up until that point. Okay, like, I'm just going to tell you, like, my entire adult life has not been awesome. Like, the last 2 years, you know, from 38 to 40 have been unbelievable. It's like a revival, a renaissance. It's ridiculous. I'm going to get into that in some other videos. But the point is this: we are so invested in some of the old decisions that we've made and the patterns that we've made, that kind of trying to make that U-turn into doing exactly what we know is best for us. And it just seems like too much work. Like looking up that Mount Everest, which is not a Mount Everest. It's more like a tiny hill. We don't think that we could crest the top and make the difference. And I've been there, and you might be there right now, where you're just like, what am I supposed to do? I have a family, or I have kids, or I need a degree, or I need this, or I've been with her for 5 years, or I've been with him for 10 years. The point is, when you were younger, you didn't think about how those decisions would affect your parents, your sister, your brother, your friends, your cousins, your bosses. You didn't think about any of that. You reduced the fraction all the way to you. You are the common denominator. And when we get older, the people that are implicated in our decision-making process, it's seemingly never ending. It's ridiculous. So the reason I wanted to make this video is just because that 16-year-old kid made a pretty bold move, and it changed his life forever. And it wasn't until about 22 years later that he was able to do it again. And the reason that's important is because you need to know that it is absolutely and completely possible to completely put the blinders on and put how you feel, how you think, and what you want first, no matter how unpopular it is to everyone around you, because it doesn't freaking matter. It doesn't matter. So Think about some decisions that you made when you were younger that were probably bold, game-changing, fruitful, and let me know what they are in the comments. I want to know your stories. I want to know what you did, why you did it. Do you still make decisions that way? How much did it impact you? I want to hear. So had I not gone into that office, who knows where I would be today or how things would be today. But just because I went into that office doesn't mean it was smooth sailing after that. There is another level to this, and that's why this channel exists. So let me know what you got, and let's figure out how to get you unstuck if you're stuck, how to put yourself first. Don't forget to click subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.